So the news of Helldivers coming to PlayStation has truly rocked the gaming industry. Well, basically the PlayStation fan base, the ponies. They have gone completely into overdrive. They are damage controlling like there's no tomorrow. Others are completely just revolting by saying this is their last PlayStation. Others are saying this isn't first party when just 2 weeks ago they were claiming it was first party. Others are trying to use this as an excuse, saying when it released on PlayStation like a year ago, so it was clearly designed with that mindset, and now it's being ported. I don't care. The mental gymnastics here for them is really amusing to see, because not that long ago the tables were so reversed and they were the ones laughing in. But remember folks, it's only just one game. It's just one game. Just like they said with Horizon Zero Dawn when they released it on PC. Herman Hulst said, it's just one game. And Hiroki Totoki has made it perfectly clear that he doesn't care about the tears of PlayStation fans or their loyalty. All he cares about is profits, and games need to be profitable, and he wants to make money for his shareholders. That is where the bottom line is now. It's not about taking risks, it's about making profit. And Helldivers 2 will be landing on August 26th, and this is going to be the first of many. So it's about high time that PlayStation fans really do get, in gear, used to it, and get their heads around it, because this isn't something that's going to change anytime soon. And pending this game sells really well, Pandora's box is open, and it's not about to be closed anytime soon. Now, of course, news of OD has been kind of going around, and whether it's been cancelled or not is unknown. Windows Central reports OD from Kojima Productions for Xbox is still in development and has not been cancelled. There has been no indication that this game has been cancelled. There's been no information about this from outside Kojima Productions or from the Xbox. Everyone is now assuming that every game is cancelled because 2 or 3 games were cancelled. And to be quite fair, when you're thinking about Perfect Dark and Everwild, those you can kind of understand, considering they've been in development hell for 7 to 10 years. At some point, you've just kind of got to accept reality. Now, the one that doesn't make sense, obviously, is the MMO. That one seemed to have been going well, and apparently it was supposed to be some kind of dystopian Blade Runner type MMO Destiny style game, which potentially could have been absolutely amazing and been the cash cow that Microsoft really wanted. Why that one was cancelled is really unknown, but a lot of people are assuming that all of this is because of gaming and some decision to do with the gaming division, when Phil Spencer already said that the gaming has for them, in terms of revenue and profits, is as good as it's ever been. So it's clearly not about the gaming that this is actually happening. So what is the real reason around this? Well, the real reason around this is AI. Microsoft has invested $80 billion into AI and is now basically using that AI to set up AI infrastructures around these companies by setting up AI agents, which essentially are designed to replace individuals. Microsoft is going full in on AI, and that is going to be a huge problem. But it's not just a Microsoft thing. This is what people need to understand. There are multiple other tech companies out there who are already doing this or are about to do this. And unfortunately, this is becoming our new reality, as AI is just simply easier and cheaper to run. Yes, they might not always be perfect, but that's why you don't need as big of a workforce. You need you can shrink it down and have people maintain the AI, and any issues that come along, they can manually fix it. So it's AI was always going to replace jobs, but having reinvested another 80 billion, I guess the true casualty of this was the ZeniMax MMO. The rest I can kind of see, because OD is still in development. There's no talk about this being cancelled at all. You've got Forza pretty much ending the series apparently. Former Turn 10 employee says Forza Motorsport series is cancelled. Now this is really sad, but not unexpected, considering how badly the version, the reboot of Forza Motorsport did. They spent 7 years building this game, and it flopped on probably, I'm surprised. If I'm lost for words really on just how bad it flopped. Obviously, it wasn't at Concord levels where they clearly took it offline, and ended it there and there, but it wasn't far off that. No one really bought it outside of the diehard veterans. And even then, graphically, it didn't at times stand up to the aging Gran Turismo 7. That's gotta hurt, even when you're comparing it with like the PC counterpart. There was just something wrong there, and you have to ask yourself, considering these games come out every 2 years, what did they do wrong? What went wrong during development? So as of right now, Turn 10 apparently is going to be a support department now, a support studio for Forza Horizon, which is breaking in the money, and everyone is absolutely loving that. And yeah, in terms of sim racing, it looks like Forza Motorsport series is no more, which is a shame. Now, the only other game that people are talking about, obviously, is this one over here, Contraband. And the last time we heard anything really about this is from 2021. Their social media hasn't even posted a single thing. So whether this is stuck in development hell or not is unknown, but literally nothing is known about this project. Smuggling's your business and business is booming. Dive into the open world of Contraband solo or with friends. And that's really all that's known, and we've not seen anything from this. We've heard little tidbits here and there, and I think we may have seen a screenshot that may be real or not. I don't know. But ultimately, should this one get cancelled, no one really knows anything about it anyway, so I don't really see any real problem there. At the end of the day, we should have seen something of this. All we've seen is this trailer you're watching here right now, and that's it. And this trailer really doesn't tell you anything, right? It doesn't really say anything. It's just got Xbox Game Studios, which is kind of cool. I like the way they actually did that. But this was almost like the teaser that Indiana Jones had. I mean, it pretty much was the teaser that Indiana Jones did. I don't know. People had high hopes for this, even though not really knowing what it was supposed to be. I'm guessing it's supposed to be some kind of like payday heist thing, kind of maybe game. But with no information after, what, 4 years? Not even a little splice or anything. At this point, one has to assume that it's also stuck in development hell. But this raises a real question, right? If these games are all suffering in, development, who's looking after these projects? Who's maintaining these projects? Who's running these projects? There has to be someone at the top who is accountable for this. And that's where we should be looking at this. If this, these projects getting cancelled, fine, they're cancelled. But why did they get into that position in the first place? Where was the management of this product in the first place? And unfortunately, those questions are unlikely to be answered. But one can only hope that it will be. So, with that out the way, we get to another piece of sad news. Now, this one isn't Xbox related, but it is a game that I hold dear to my heart. Anthem, which was one of the first games that I actually started my content career on. I absolutely loved and adored this game until they cut all content, and then you really can't cover it anymore. But as of January the 12th, 2026, this game will cease to exist. Now, this is like a perfect, as does it play says here, a perfect ad for Stop Killing Games. If you're in the EU and UK, you can do something about this happening in the future by going through this petition. I'll leave it this petition for anyone that cares for Stop Killing Games. The idea is to get these games to go offline so you can still play them. Now, obviously, these games are designed for multiplayer, and offline is going, single player is going to have its challenges, but at least it'll give you the option of still playing the game. Anthem is a game that I hold dear, and I really hoped that Anthem 2 would, be a thing. At this point, I really wish EA would just sell the IP or offer it to someone to buy or anything. Just give it to a studio. The bones are there for an Anthem 2. Just make it work. And if you don't want to have anything to do with the Anthem name anymore, just sell the IP to someone else and let them work. This game had the best flying in any game, period. And obviously my main was the big juggernaut Colossus, but I love this game, man, and I'm so sad to see it go. Now we come back to the people who are damage controlling the Helldivers like there's no tomorrow. Remember, I told you that there are people out there who are writing essays and novellas trying to damage control as much as they could. Well, William R. Aguila is just that one person. You thought I was talking about Nibs, but no. William is someone who aspires to be just as good as Nibs. In fact, this guy decided to tag every single one working at Sony just to try and beg them to not release Helldivers or any other game onto Xbox. That's what you call damage controlling. I mean, the words, I mean, they've been saying, oh, it's a live service game. Look, dude, at the end of the day, that ship has sailed. I mean, he is trying to, look, seriously, he has a long tweet. 4 or 5 of them trying to explain it, but this is point 7. And just look at how many people he's tagged. He's tagged even the kitchen sink at this point, hoping that some of them or anyone is going to take note of someone who doesn't really exist in the world of corporate greed. Bottom line is they're looking for profits, not for your tears, and your tears mean nothing to them. In fact, all they care about is your wallet. And the sooner these people realize that on any platform, the better. But can you imagine being that guy? I mean, no, back when Xbox fans were tweeting out and tagging Phil, Matt, Sarah, Ponies took the piss. My dude has tagged the whole of PlayStation. There ain't anyone here. Man's gone through hashtags and ats and everything just to hopes that someone will take note of him. I assure you, my dude, no one at Sony is going to take note of you. Jay Barry and Persona couldn't handle the Helldivers 2 coming to Xbox, and so they privated their tweets, and that's that. They are off into the sunset. I wish them well. God bless. Tim Dog. This one aged well, didn't it? Sony has no intentions of putting its games on Xbox, other than the show, which I believe is a MLB thing. Like, I'm reading these dudes' pages and it's pretty damn bad. They want Sony to do what Xbox is doing. It's okay. But you know, the Red Wagon, they go and learn, Tim. They go and learn. And they did. They did. What lesson did Timmy learn, class? That's all they do is lie. So both Timmy Boy and the Wet Dragon have learned that PlayStation games are now coming to Xbox. It was only a matter of time. I said it was only a matter of time. I know it was only a matter of time. No one believed me, but here we are. And finally, I end on this. Helldivers 2, which is pretty much on cue, is coming to Xbox Series X and S August 26, 2025. And to the point of word to rock, the fact that this game is coming to the Series S means that at some point during this game's development, it probably was something that they were considering anyway. Because when you make an exclusive game, it fully utilizes that hardware. Fully utilizing the PS5 probably would mean it's going to be difficult to make it on the Series S. But with it coming to the Series S, it looks like all of them were bamboozled from the very get-go. What can I say? The only successful live service game coming to PlayStation is now on Xbox. And this is a good thing, because Helldivers, for better or worse, is a good game. And it can do with some Spartans. It clearly needs the support of Spartans. Right, that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Remain legend.